Hi, you guys. Welcome to Tea Time.
With a very special guest. Welcome back.
We're honestly lucky to have him.
He just got over staph infection.
On my
And he
face.
just got back from Wee Spa.
I did not.
So
Matt LeGrande, everyone.
everybody,
Hi.
we'll zoom through it fast. We just had the fires. None of our houses burnt down. Okay, it sucks. Everything is
Your empathy is overwhelming.
Fires. Right.
Oh my God.
I was supposed to do the podcast last week and someone canceled because of a fire.
another liberal conspiracy.
Heard they arrested a woman on Vermont and Santa Monica for lighting a garbage can on fire.
Was
Heard it was you in a wig.
Heard it was both of you.
Yeah. I was in a trench coat and she was on my shoulders.
When
a
they
nice
arrested the
long
woman,
wig.
they asked her why she was doing it and she said, "I like chaos."
That sounds like, honestly, that is
That's
you.
me when I hook up with my friends.
Yeah, it is. Well, okay.
So I feel like you have a story for us.
We just had to cut you off before you started talking because you started saying a bunch of crazy. We said, hold on, wait till we start recording.
And you brought up something
It's
good
not
where you
that interesting.
Yeah, no,
Okay.
don't be annoying because you always do this. You'll have the most interesting story and they'll be like, it's really not that interesting.
And then you tell us a
couldn't be more
story.
interesting.
And then
It's
you tell
not
us a story
that
about...
interesting. You guys just waste all of your content. You know what I mean? Your lives are
What?
so boring and you have to record it all the time.
Okay, not you eating us up.
You're like desperate for anything.
Oh,
Okay, no, because
Okay.
you literally did this. You did this when you told us about your ex-boyfriend f***ing all of his cousins.
Which people message me about constantly.
And you went into that saying it's not even that interesting. And-
How many cousins?
I think you still have staff because you're giving mental ill right now. But
okay, so Matt just got over staph infection.
and you went to Wee Spa with like a wait.
No, this months ago I had an
Is it
ingrown
decapitated?
toenail that was infected, and I went to Wee Spa. Sorry to the 78 Korean men who were there with me. You all have it too.
Okay, so
Okay, so how did you get... You said you got staph infection in your face. What happened?
colonizing Wee
It's
Spa.
not that interesting. I was dealing with compost. Do you know what compost
Yeah,
is?
yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we know what it is.
I wasn't wearing gloves because I'm a boy, and I stopped biting my nails recently, and I guess I still had compost in my nails, but I was like filing my teeth with my nails.
You were
filing my nails with my teeth.
No, your teeth with your nails.
Filing my nails with my teeth, and then it spread to my mouth, and then it spread to my eye, and I got like a rash everywhere, and it was really itchy and burning.
And it was
But
from poop.
I didn't think about it. Like compost is literally shit. And so I'm just like
Oh.
eating shit and spreading it all over my face.
And if that's not the gay experience, then I don't know what is.
Yeah.
That's so true.
I know I didn't get it from anything because I've been celibate. So.
Really?
But does that not sound like the story a straight guy from the Midwest tells his
Right.
buddies that,
No,
"I
that's
was-
a good
it was,
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah, I was out digging in the land.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
has chlamydia, and he's like, "Sorry, I was working with compost. ran out of hands. Had to use my
Sure.
cock to move it. Sorry, I had to store the compost in my asshole."
It happens all the time. I don't know.
It's not interesting. I got on antibiotics, and I had to put this antibiotic cream all over my face, and the cream was burning me. I was literally praying to God at night because it was like the weirdest form of torture. I was so itchy, and I was just praying. I don't know why it's making you laugh. It's not funny or interesting. I was praying to God that it would go away because like I was itching all over my face, and I couldn't touch my face because it was spreading. It was horrible. Meanwhile, everyone's out there complaining about a fire.
Okay, stop
Okay,
putting fire
Matt,
in quotations.
Stop putting. Yeah, that's crazy. There's like 15 fires right now.
There's 8.
Okay.
And I know I'd be volunteering, okay?
Yeah,
I'd
you'd
be
be
out there.
volunteering with that shit
spreading
on
that,
your face.
yeah, literally
With
spreading
your
that
fucking
stuff.
ingrown
I
toenail.
felt insane. I couldn't leave my house, and I'm like dealing with my face being infected while people's like homes are burning to the ground. It's really sad.
Okay, but I mean, luckily
Yeah.
for you, where you live was not affected by. You didn't have to evacuate.
That's interesting. It wasn't affected because both of your asses ran away to San Diego.
I was
Okay,
just gonna
yeah.
say, why did you
You
say
live a
that?
block away from me.
Yeah,
We got
but you
so
weren't.
scared.
Harper
Wait.
texted me. She said, "Get out now." And then your roommate Kate shows up with a little mask on. I can't with her. Sorry.
We left because it was horrible to
And
breathe.
there was smoke, and also the air monitor or whatever doesn't pick up the asbestos that's in the air.
Oh, okay. And you learned this on TikTok?
Instagram reels.
Everybody's posting about it.
Yeah.
Can't wait.
A non-binary taught it to me.
Yeah, the fires are horrible. It's really sad, but like there's
So stop starting them.
I did
take that wig
not.
off.
The only fire I was experiencing was on my face,
From the
not from eating ass.
Oh.
Sorry, Mike.
Is it awkward for you to see Mike today in the studio?
I've as opposed to never seeing him anywhere
No, I was
ever.
making a joke
After-
because you just said that you ate his ass.
Yeah.
So
Oh.
taking a fucking improv class.
Oh
and
well, I
tap in,
didn't. I only saw.
Jesus.
I only saw one special part of him. It was a glory
And
hole
that's a glory. Yeah.
for the ass.
Okay.
How was it?
My man doesn't wipe.
Mike's got a big bussy. Big dirty bussy.
Staff round
Those
two.
dangleberries will get you. Something extra to floss.
So today's episode is about the worst person you've ever met.
I thought it was about the scariest person you've ever met.
It is
That's the
scar-
scariest
yeah,
person.
Do you guys
scariest
read your
scariest
own
person you
prompts,
know.
or is
Could
it
be-
just AI generated?
It's the scariest person that you know.
Yeah.
So
So
one could say one of them is our landlord Gus,
who used to be
who
your
used to be
landlord.
your landlord.
Who runs like a secret like sex rink in his basement and his
Yeah.
walls are boarded up?
I was trying to tell
Where
Kate
we
about
met,
this.
dude.
Oh yeah.
What's scary about him?
You got him out.
The fact that he dyes his hair auburn, or
No,
that
it's
he's
bleached now.
It's bleach blonde now.
It's bleached
girl,
blonde.
go off. He watched Barbie. He said, "Yup."
He said, "What was I made for?"
He said, "Move over, Ken."
Gus is in town
Yeah.
with my mail order bride.
Fussy
I feel like we talk about him every episode.
we have to.
Did we?
Almost
I know.
ruined-
He needs
You
to
know that he almost
subscribe.
ruined my life because she's moving out, and he's like, "Yeah, I don't think Kate can stay on the lease." And he's like, "And no one." He's like, "I don't really trust other people moving in here." And I was like, "So I'm just."
What do you
trapped in
mean?
here?
What do you mean he doesn't
that's-
trust people
here's
moving
what's crazy.
in?
Here's what's crazy is that Kate moved in 2 years ago after Joy left. He never took Joy off the lease. So Joy's been on the lease for the past 2 years, and then he was like, he calls me and he's like, "How did we approve Kate to move in here?" I was like, "Gus, I don't know." And he's like, "Well, she isn't.
She's in there for 2 years.
been
Also,
there for 2
the way
years.
that he's been talking to Gabby has been like they're in cahoots of some sort, and you're like, "I'm leaving. I'm not even your friend."
I literally told him, I was like, "Can you take this to Kate or Harper? Like, I don't know what you want me to
Gust
do."
is an unwell person, and you have to tell him what to do. I'm really good with like mentally ill people.
Sorry.
Like I was really good with him because you just have to tell him what's happening. You cannot have a conversation.
Okay, I think that's where
Wow.
I'm going wrong because I've been trying to talk to him, and
You
he.
cannot like logic with someone who is that ill.
Okay.
This man plays a trumpet for his mail order bride.
At 4 a.m.
Yeah. There's no logic that's gonna like break through.
Yeah.
You know that didn't you tell me that there was a Facebook group? That was,
I just screenshotted because he came up as a suggested friend on Facebook.
there's a Facebook group in our like apartment complex where people go and talk shit about Gus.
Really?
Yeah.
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 Damn.
Remember when he told me he was going to hit you with his car if he saw you out? So our landlord, he was like,
Or when he told me when he broke up a house party at our place at 9 p.m. and told me that I was a no good comedian who would never make it in this town. Not untrue.
Oh!
Spot the lie.
And then he starts playing trumpet.
he said he watched you and your friends one time not help a girl out who was getting harassed in front of our apartment complex.
Probably by him. I don't know what he's talking about.
Well,
Also, anytime any of our black friends would come over, he would say, "I don't like when those rowdy people are here."
Yeah. Yeah.
He's got some issues.
Yeah, 1 or 2.
Yeah.
And he moved right across from us.
And the biggest one
our
is that
unit.
bleach blonde hair.
Oh,
Yeah.
really?
He lives right across from us now.
Oh,
And his
in
bedroom
Anna's
looks
old
right into
apartment.
Kate's. And he always,
Lucky
I feel like in
girl.
his other unit, he like had
That's
the
why
windows
she can't
boarded.
live there anymore.
Yeah.
She's seen too much.
Yeah, literally.
he
He's
has
like,
to
how
get
do
her
I
out.
get this bitch out? But now she
Yeah.
can stay.
Is his window ever open?
Never.
Is it boarded up?
Yeah.
No, well, it's not like the other one. The other one was boarded.
No,
this one's
these-
not boarded.
These ones, when you drive up from the street, they're all boarded.
Oh, are
so I don't
they?
know if
That's
just
so
that one's
scary.
Okay, I feel like I've never
Sound
That
done
Soundproofing
poor
it.
woman.
not. Yeah.
How many hours a day does he let her out of the shackles?
I've seen her twice.
In 4
7
years.
And one time he
7, yeah.
we locked ourselves out, so I texted him. I was like, "Can you open the door or you have a spare key?" And he was like, "Well, my wife will have to do it." And so then
she allowed?
literally she dropped off the key. I saw her walking away and I was like, "Thank you," or she opened it, whatever, and I was like, "Thank you so much." Didn't look up from the ground, and I was like, Okay.
No, she's always looking down at the ground.
That's terrifying. She's probably not allowed to speak to other women. Like his house isn't allowed to pass the Bechdel test.
Yeah.
You know? She's
It's
like,
never thought of
she's
it
like,
that
you can
way.
talk to me, but we can't exchange names.
Yeah.
And it has to be about Gus.
Fussy Gussie.
And it's only about Gust. Okay, so
Fussy
he's scary.
Gusty.
You just had an experience of letting somebody stay with you for. You want to talk about that?
Please regale us.
I
with that.
guess I'm a sucker. I met this woman who was in her 60s and she was homeless, and I met her at a cafe.
And if you follow Matt, you'll see that one of his most recent reels on Instagram is him in a hospital with this woman who's in a hospital bed, and
And
Matt's dancing next
I
to
thought
her.
that was a green screen, so that's real.
Really?
Yes, because I thought, oh well, there's no way you would actually do that.
Oh no, she made me do it. She's one of the funniest people I've ever met in my entire life. Like
That's how she got
honestly,
you.
this whole experience has been devastating for me because I've like never laughed harder, and then was like,
literally a crazy person.
it was wild. It was a wild experience. She is so goddamn funny,
Humor's very blinding.
and she's so smart.
So
and
what?
she got
so
me
what
so
happened?
good.
So let's get into it, sweetie. Oh,
Yeah. Let's go.
I mean, it started off with me doing like small favors for her, and I was just like being like of service, I guess, and like helping this person out. And then I realized like I was doing what I do with like guys that I date. I was just making them a project and like distracting myself from like my own problems, you know. But this time I was doing it with a 60-year-old woman who I wasn't having sex with. Unfortunately, heard she got that tight cooch.
yeah.
She would always say that. She was like,
No, she
she would always talk about how tight her vagina was.
No.
And she was like,
Sounds like us.
yeah, because I didn't have a baby. Because when you have a baby, she develops this like fake British accent when she
Stop.
gets upset.
Stop.
And she was like, when you have a baby, it's like a grenade goes off in your vagina. And she was like, so I didn't do that. She's like, I've kept my shit tight. And I dropped her off at
girl.
a hotel one time
Okay.
because she was having sex with this dude, and the guy was fucking hot.
She was having sex with a guy. It's
Yeah,
crazy
she's
when you
not a
know what this
lesbian,
woman looks
sorry.
like. Really.
Yeah.
Gabby.
I mean, she's just like such an old, like you.
She's
it
about
like the substance?
3 feet 8 inches
No,
tall.
because at
Does
least she's
not
hot.
have teeth.
Like
It's probably how she bags them. And yeah, that's about it.
she looks wild.
It's giving the substance. Final scene.
Yeah.
the final scene, right?
No, she's
she's
great.
melted on the
I
Hollywood
literally
set.
love her so
Boys.
much, and I have so much love for her, and it's devastating.
But
But yeah,
she.
she ended up like was like, can I stay with you for a few nights? And I was like, yeah, of course. And then it like got pushed, and I was like, okay, I need you out by Friday. I need you out by Monday. Okay, Friday. Okay, Monday. And then it had been a month. And then I had loaned her a bunch of money and
How
put her
much?
on my car insurance.
No,
and,
you didn't.
You put her on your car insurance.
Well, she told me she was a taxi driver in the 90s. And
Matt.
if someone tells me something, it must be true.
Matt.
Matt, you
Matt!
are Matt. You are almost, if not more, mentally ill than her.
I know. I
Okay.
know.
In very
kept
And I
different
say
ways,
that
but yes.
with love. And I
she
love
kept
you so
telling
much.
me that she was taking me to see Kendrick Lamar in
Matt.
Toronto on Father's Day.
Matt.
This is a woman who doesn't have an ID, a cell phone, a bank account, or a house. And I said, that's definitely happening.
And she's like on fentanyl or something.
No, she's not. Or I don't know what's true anymore.
Yeah. Okay.
She told me we were going to vacation in England. She's getting me like a refundable
Kendrick
ticket. We're going to see Kendrick Lamar on Father's Day in Toronto.
So Matt, sweetie,
And I was like, that's fine, but I'm just here to help you. But in the back of my mind, I was like, that's really cool that I'm going to get to do these things with this person who's so funny. Literally the
Yeah.
funniest person.
Yeah. So she's saying all this, and then meanwhile you're giving her $2,000.
2,600.
Boom.
Okay. So
Which she paid me back, the 2,600.
she ended up paying
Did
you.
she?
Did she pay
Well,
you
she
fully
got
back?
she got a social security check, and she didn't have a bank account, and so she had to deposit it into my account, and we were like, okay, like we'll call it even. And then like I thought we were done, and then she's like, and then I was like, you know what? I just got a new credit card. I'll just give you my credit card so that like I can keep track of what you're spending, and that'll all be in one place. And then she racked up $1,400 in 6 days. All of it was like $24 coffees, like 7 times a day.
That's literally me.
It was like buying $100 dinners for people.
Okay.
And then
generous.
when I was
Very
like, hey, I
generous.
can no longer give you money, it flipped. Like I put up a boundary, and it was like I was the worst person on earth. Like some of the things she has said to me are unbelievable.
Can you say what she said?
I'd have to find them.
Oh, she
my God.
texted you.
I had to block her number. And like she was holding me, like, this is the thing, like, this is the stuff that would happen. So like she had to be out by Saturday from my place. And then, like, because I let her back in because I'm crazy.
You let her back in recently.
After that happened, and then she was like, "You're the scum of the earth. You're despicable. You're like invalid. Like you are a user. You're using me to look good around other people." I was like, I don't tell people I'm helping you because I'm so embarrassed by you, and I can't believe I'm letting someone who's so abusive continually back into my life.
Fuck, Matt. Fuck.
It was so bad. And then she was like, "You don't have any books because you don't read. You don't know how to read." And I was like, bitch, you don't have a house.
Bitch, you don't have a bank account.
Yeah. And I guess now you don't have plans on Father's Day. So if you want to link, let me know.
I'm free.
I hear Kendrick
Who
Lamar's
wants to take
playing.
me to Kendrick Lamar?
Dude.
Can't get into Canada, sorry.
She is really funny though, dude.
I need to see these
She would read me to filth. Oh my God. It was so good.
Yeah, because the last
oh my God. Also, I got her a hotel so she could hook up with this dude in the hotel.
Matt.
And when she gave me her ID at the time, which she still had. And so I took a picture of the ID because I was putting my credit card down. And I was like, I should have a picture of this person's ID that I barely know, you know? And then when she lost her ID, I was like, thank God
she lost her ID.
Yes. She says the hospital stole it.
Okay.
I'm sure they really wanted her ID.
Yeah.
And
It was bedazzled.
And then I was like, oh, I have a picture of your ID, which was really helpful because then she had a picture of it. Okay. But anyways, yeah, after I like dropped her off the last time to pick up my house key, because she had left and she took my house key with her. But this is how she gets people. She was supposed to be out of my house on Monday. And I like didn't want to be there because I didn't think she would reel me back in. She would like ask me to do like one thing and then it'd turn into another week stay. And I couldn't say no because it's hard. How do you send a 60-year-old homeless woman on the street? You know what I mean? It's really hard. But I'm being enabling, you know?
Yeah.
Like people have to like figure shit out on their own. There's only so much I can do. I was neglecting myself. None
Very
of this is
Al-Anon-ic
funny.
of you.
My friend was like, I'm gonna take her. She was like, I have an appointment at the hospital. I'm gonna go there, and they're like watching me for a week because I have all these health problems.
Okay.
We get there, and she was like, because I had a heart attack and a stroke and all this shit. My friend picks her up, and 6 hours later, he calls me and he's like, Matt, like I just went through hell. And I was like, what happened? He's like, we get to the hospital. She didn't have an appointment.
Oh no.
And she has a duffel bag that I gave her that has my missionary parents' family prayer card attached to it.
Your duffel bag.
Yeah.
Yes.
I was like, you can have this to have all your stuff in it. Massive 60-pound duffel bag. She said to my friend, like, you just have to keep it in your car while I figure things out. And he's like, well, where do you want me to take you? And she's like, I don't know. I can probably just go to the street and. And he was like, what? And she was like, he was like, where do you want me to take you? And he's like, just take me to the bus stop. I'll probably just kill myself. Oh. And they get to the hospital, no appointment. The doctor's like, there's no signs of her having a heart attack or a stroke. Oh. And the doctor's like, I think she has paranoid schizophrenia. And they're like, she's prescribed all these psych meds. She's not taking any of them. And she's like, yeah, I don't trust American doctors. They're always trying to poison you. Not a lie, but
yeah.
Anyways, he ends up buying her a motel room for the night, puts her stuff in there, spends $120 on the motel, and then he called me and he's like, I have to block this person's number. Like, if she was like, I need a ride to the hospital, and he's like, yeah, I got you.
Where were you?
If you had told him at the beginning of the day that it was going to be a 6-hour like round robin,
right.
Also you're going to buy me $120 motel room, blah 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 blah, like he wouldn't have agreed to it. But you just get in the situation with her, right. and she's so escalates. I can't emphasize how funny she is. Like she is so funny. Like she needs to have her own show.
And then you get all mixed up.
And she's so smart and like well read, and like you can look her up, and like she's like a New York Times bestselling author. Like this woman was like like I would see drips of like her genius, and I would be like, this woman is incredible, and she is. Yeah. But like she's also
exactly very mentally ill,
so tortured,
which is very sad.
And the more tortured the person, honestly, the funnier and the more.
Oh my God,
insane.
The funniest person! It like breaks my heart. And when she turned on me, I was so devastated.
What were you doing the whole day that your friend was like taking her to the hospital and doing all this?
Probably
shit?
Buying some books.
I lied to another friend, and I told them I couldn't go back to my apartment because someone was Airbnb-ing it because I was too embarrassed to tell them that I had let her back into my home. And so I stayed the night at my friend's house in their guest bedroom, and I waited, and I told my friend to text me when he had picked her up.
And your friend had never met her before.
No, he had met her before.
Okay.
And like they would shoot the shit and laugh.
Okay.
And and she's like hilarious. This is like so she had my house key, and I texted her. I was like, hey, do you have my house key? And she was like, call me. And I was like, do you have my house key? And she was like, call me. And I was like, I'm not calling you. Do you have my house key? And then I called her, and she was like, sorry. In my rush to leave your house, I left your fucking house key in my bag. Like blah 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 blah, like all this stuff. And I was like, okay. Well, this is what she said. She said, Matt, I'm not up. When I would text her about the house key, Matt, I'm not physically up to your continuous games. She has a really good vocabulary. I don't know what half the shit she says means. In my haste to remove my nasty, deformed beef curtain genitalia, I accidentally left your house key in my purse. I've never, nor will I ever enter anyone's premise without your prior permission. I hope to be like, and then she like has my mailing address. She uses my mailing address. She's like, I hope to be able to get my like social security checks without your spitefulness and demeaning outbursts.
Oh my God.
And then she was like,
I'm sorry, the beef
then she goes,
curtain line is
could you please text me Bella's number? Not because I want to talk shit about you. I need to retrade the handbag I gave her. The handbag she gave me is not practical. I'm sure she'll understand. Like she gave Bella a handbag out of like the kindness of her heart. Then she's like, I need to hit her up because I need my handbag back. It's like, okay.
Oh.
And then it's just crazy. So I go to meet her, and like
Okay.
I go to meet her at the motel to get my house key back. And this is like our last hurrah.
The motel that she went to fuck some guy at, right?
No, this is the motel where my friend got her a motel to give her a bag.
Got it.
Whatever. Okay. And I roll up to the motel, and it's like, so she was like, are you here? Hello, are you here? And I was like, yeah, I'm in the back of this motel. Like because we had been to that same motel the week before because my other friend relapsed on meth and he was shooting up meth in that hotel, and me and her went there and we made him spaghetti and we dropped it off, and we were like laughing with him and like trying to make him feel loved,
Yeah.
And we like were laughing so hard. It was a really fun night. Like we were dying. Oh, and so I was like, I'm at the motel like in the back where we were before, and she goes, always some bullshit. And I'm like, I'm at the address you sent me, and she said, oh, Gen Z can't find the front, and I said Boomer can't find the back.
Also millennial.
And
Giving it back.
And I was like, can I get the house key? And then she walks up to my car and grabs the door handle, and it's locked. And she goes, oh, is this fucking shit with you? And so I roll down the window, and she was like, are you not going to let me in the fucking car? And I was like, do you have my house key? And she goes, oh, all you want is the fucking house key? Of course you do, you fucking gay frat boy. And she grabs the house key out of her bag, throws it at my face. And I was like, and I brought her these painkillers because she was experiencing pain, I guess. And I was like, do you want these painkillers? She goes, yeah, I want you to take those and shove them up your gay frat boy ass. And then she walks away. And as I drive away, she says,
magna cum laude.
God.
She says, you are a tiresome hack. I hope there isn't more amateur drama with my checks, because she gets the social security checks in my house. When do you want to meet at the Echo Park Library and we can finally square up? She said, Mr. Ripley Jr., get rid of my ID on your phone. I don't want to report you for identity theft to the feds. How demented and fragmented that you never even asked to photograph my ID. I wouldn't have had an issue, but your behavior, highly questionable. And then I said, please look at your own behavior. And she said, I always do. My sloppy labia and I have to rest
Enough
now.
with the sloppy labia. Why has she said this 2 times?
She
Not
said,
my sloppy labia.
get rid of my ID. Otherwise, I'll call the bureau, like the Federal Bureau of Investigation. They have your bank details, by the way. And I said, okay, have a good rest. And then it gets more insane.
My sloppy labia.
I wouldn't be mad at a few more.
Please, I know.
I like if this is the whole episode, I wouldn't even care.
It's so good. It's really wow. This is honestly.
And I want to just say, I feel horrible that she is struggling so profoundly with this like paralyzing mental illness.
It's
but
really.
Unfortunately, I am seeing the humor because this is her sparkle. This is funny as
She's
fuck.
funny.
No, the bitch
she's
is funny. She's
Also,
mad funny.
I gotta say,
we got in. Well, go ahead.
I gotta say again, you went into this saying it's really not interesting, and this has been 10 minutes of the craziest
Our jaws have been
shit.
dropped, and you go,
It's
and
really
you're
not
like
that
sassing us.
interesting.
It's really not that interesting.
Sorry,
Meanwhile, it's
just
a
another
laughable-
day in my life.
Just okay.
If you
And,
get
like,
off
dogging us
TikTok, you
for
might
content.
experience something.
Okay, Mr. Bussy, go back to reading.
Wait. Okay, wait.
Too busy posting your boring ass media. You could be out there living.
Oh.
You could be out there picking up homeless women off the street. Then you'd have something to talk about.
I was gonna say, do you, and we can cut it if you don't want me to say it. But do you know her from AA, or was this off the street?
What's AA?
She's in AA, yeah.
She is.
Yeah.
Okay.
Don't know what that is.
Okay, enough.
It's an anonymous program.
Okay, shut the fuck up.
Never heard of it.
Yeah, she's in AA.
Yeah. I love that she keeps asking me to square off with her. Like, she was like, when you down to squabble up?
It's
I'm
literally giving squabble up.
literally calm down, and it's triggering to me because I'm not going to get to go to the Kendrick Lamar concert that I was never going to go to, but
Yeah.
for some reason.
So do you think England is off too?
My friend
There's still a chance.
My best friend texted me that. She's like, hey, are you in town for your birthday, or are you going to be in England?
What else did she say? I need to know.
Oh, Matt, dude.
Well, I helped my friend, my really good friend, I helped him get into rehab. He stayed on my couch for a week with her.
Our mutual friend. Yeah.
And like one of my best friends, like, and I helped him get into, like, helped him, whatever. I let him stay at my place for a week, and then I took him to rehab on Monday. She was like, yeah, she was like, and because you called me insane and deluded, I should call up your friend's girlfriend and tell her how you took advantage of her gay boyfriend.
Okay.
And I was like, and I said, in what way did I take advantage of him? I gave him food and shelter and took him to rehab. And she said, how many idiotic statements can a gay frat boy make?
She loves the gay frat
Dude,
boy.
she's clocking your fucking teeth.
I don't care about your provincial petty drama. My disfigured genitalia and I wish you the best.
What? Not again.
What the hell?
I'm sorry. Have you seen her pussy? Because now
Because
you need
now
to
I
see
want
it.
to.
No, there is context to this. Okay, she would always talk about how tight her pussy is, and I'm telling you, she would bag hot dudes. She would bag hot
then she's talking
dudes.
about how mangled it is?
Why does she keep saying that she has
So
this disfigured
we got in
snatch?
one, like, our final blowout where I was like, where I had a moment of clarity. It was like, I got home and I was staying at my friend's house sitting, so I let her stay with me at my place to watch the cats. Didn't clean the litter box one time. And sorry, George. And I get back, I'm grabbing a shirt, and I had a package being delivered at 5, like something I ordered off Amazon. I was like, hey, this package is getting delivered. Like, will you be here when it's back? And she didn't respond. And I was like, hey, did you hear me? And she goes, don't talk to me like that. And she goes, I'm not your N-word. And I was like, what?
What?
And she goes, I'm not your fucking N-word. I don't have to do anything you say. And then she walks out to smoke. She goes, I can't breathe. I need to go outside. She can't breathe. She walks outside to smoke a cigarette. Makes sense. Walks back in, and I'm like, I have to say something. And I was like, hey, I really don't appreciate you talking to me like that. And she goes, yeah, I don't appreciate the way you fucking talk to me. You treat me like I'm a fucking porch N-word. You think that I'm just here to do all your shit.
I'm sorry.
And
Is she saying the
No, she's
hard
saying-
R?
yes.
Of course.
Oh.
Yeah.
She's white.
She's brown. She's not white.
Is she
She's
brown?
brown, yeah. She's half Jewish, half something brown. And
For all the whites, asking to squabble up.
Wow.
Read the context behind
keep
the story.
screaming the N-word at me about like how, and I was like, and then I stopped her and
That
I was
is
like,
what schizophrenic
I was like,
people do.
I have gone out of my way. I have advocated for you to so many people, told everyone like this person is fighting for their life. Like we need to support this person, whatever. I've let you in my home. I've lent you thousands of dollars and I put you on my car insurance. Like I'm here for you. Like I'm fucking rooting for you, bitch. And she was like, oh, you think because you did that stuff that I owe you shit? And she was like, that's how people like you are. You just like to use people to look good. And I was like, and then I blew up and I was like, I'm using you. I was like, I can't figure out the last month was real or if you're a scam artist. And she was like, I'm a scam artist. She was like, you're the one using me. And I was like, bitch, are you delusional? And she's like, how dare you say I'm delusional? And she's like, you don't even know how to read books. I've looked around. There's only 12 books in your apartment. And I was like, sorry, I have a Zen in my mouth. And I was like, there's an attic full of books and I put them up there because I don't have enough space for
Not
them.
you
And she was like,
justifying
I
this,
had
sir.
hundreds of books in my apartment. And I was like, yeah, where are they now, bitch? You're homeless. And we're like yelling at each other back and forth. I'm late for the brutalist. My buddy's outside in his car beeping his horn because we're in this fight for 30 minutes. And I was like, I need you out of my house. I don't think you can stay here anymore. It's not okay. And she was like, I'm not leaving. You said I could stay here till the 28th. You can call the police.
Okay.
And I was like, I'm not going to call the police. And she was like, well, then I'm going to fucking be here. And she like starts washing the dishes. I was like, stop washing the dishes. You need to leave my place. And she's like, yeah, that's not happening. And I was like, I cannot. I was like, this is not real. Like, this is just like a silly fight we're having. This isn't real. Like, we're cool. Like, families fight. I'm insane.
You're
and
insane.
she was,
Yeah.
we're not family.
Yeah.
And she, like, after her calling me dad for like a month, like, dad.
oh my
and she
God,
was like,
Matt.
we're not family. And I was like, this is just a fight. And she's like, no, you've shown your true colors. You only helped me out because you wanted to use me. And then she always talks about her perfect pussy, and I knew it would kill her. And I was like, you know what? I bet your vagina is so stretched out and your labia is dangling down to the floor. And she goes, you white colonists, how dare you say that? And I goes, have fun with your stretched out, blown out pussy and your dangling labia. And then I slammed the door and I left. And I went to the Brutalist and had to sit in a 4-hour movie about a refugee. And then, and she was livid. And then she sent me all these texts being like, you colonizers are all the same. And like, men like you used to mutilate women like my vagina. I'm sure you love. So then like, it really struck a chord with her because she's obsessed with how perfect her pussy is.
So that's
And then
why
I
she
texted
keeps
her the
mentioning-
most like,
So then that's why she keeps.
That's why she's talking about her fucked up
Don't
pussy.
ever. You don't.
oh my God.
Okay. Also,
That is.
I don't even.
She's so funny.
It's also so funny how petty you got. Like the fact that it all came down to you just saying that she had a disgusting pussy. Like that's what
she
you were
won't get
driven
out.
to.
She goes, well, then I guess I'm not leaving. Also, sweetie, so I also love that, like, about Gus, you're like, yeah, so, like, yeah, he's mentally unwell and you can't talk to a mentally unwell person like that. I'm really good at talking to mentally unwell people. And you're like, yeah, I'm so good, I take them in and I become their son.
I'm telling you, she was like when she was with me, she was so good until I said I can't give you money anymore. And then it flipped. And then I learned that I was like one in a lineup of like 100 people who have been through this. And I was like, damn, she got me good. She got me so good. And I texted her after that, and after she sent me about like
Sitting in the
how
Brutalist.
colonizers would carve out women who look like her and hang their privates as trophies and all this shit. And I said, I didn't realize those comments would cut so deep.
That I can't
I just
believe
thought it
you.
was kind of funny. Sorry about that. And she said, they don't cut me at all. They remind me of how ugly and misogynistic some members of the white race are. Only God forgives. Fortunately, I'm not God.
Oh.
And I said, I regret arguing with you. It was a low moment for me. I said, you did say some things that hurt me. At the end of the day, I really do care for you. And she said, of course you said you think it was funny because you have the sensitive of a gay frat boy. By the way, my privates are hidden and beautiful. Maybe you have them confused with your mama's genitalia. And I said, anyways, this movie's starting and it's 4 hours long. And I said, I've never seen your privates, but I believe you that they are beautiful, although that is not for me. And then she said, I hope the movie has... she said, I hope they have Cliff Bites for you at the cinema, or is it a cartoon? And I said, what are Cliff Bites? And she said, Cliff Notes. And I said, what are Cliff Bites? I'm
because you
starving.
don't-
I only had a protein bar today. And
Stop talking to her.
and
Matt.
I was like, it's not a cartoon. It's called The Brutalist. To be honest, it looks boring, but I told my friend I'd go with him. Hopefully I'm surprised. She said Cliff Notes because you don't know how, because you're a moron. And then she said, your speed is due hard. Are you trying to fuck the person who took you to the movies? Cinema is wasted on peasants. And I said, no, I can't fuck anyone for another 56 days because I'm doing slaw. And she
Matt.
said, exactly. Impress now, fuck later.
Matt, why are you having a conversation with her casually
Matt, you
after
are
all of
one
this?
step away from being that homeless.
You are
you
literally-
like you
Why?
fascinate me in like a dark
Oh.
way.
You continuing to have a conversation, like a casual conversation with her, and then she's like, yeah, fuck you, you gay frat boy,
Yeah.
colonist,
I'm a
who
tight
hangs
pussy
women's pussies. Yeah, and you're
At
like,
that point, I was like, I can't take this seriously. You know, I was just like, what are Cliff Notes? But she's so funny. Or she's like, what are you watching? A cartoon? You moron who doesn't know how to read books. She's like, I hope there's Cliff Notes. And I was like, I thought I didn't know how to read. Like, what would I do with Cliff Notes?
God.
Cut to 12 hours later. Because I'd asked her earlier to like sew something back, like some buttons on my shirt, and she said, "Darling, I'd gladly sew your buttons on. I can show you how to." Oh. And I had bought her leopard print
This
slippers.
was the same day. This is after the Brutalist.
She said, "Thank you for my gift. I'm sure I'll love it."
Leopard print slippers?
Yeah, because she likes leopard print.
Oh.
I love my Christmas gift so much. You're so funny. 24 hours later, when she leaves the house and like throws the key at me and sends me all that shit.
Oh.
Yeah. It was iconic.
And it's not that interesting.
And that's the best response.
Oh, when I was waiting in the parking lot. Sorry, you're on the phone. I was like, sorry, I'm on the phone right now. When I was at the parking lot of the motel, and I was like, I'm at the back, and she was like, the back. She's like, oh, Gen Z doesn't know how to get to the front. And I said, Boomer doesn't know how to get to the back.
Yeah.
And then she said, you're on a phone call, eh? Endeavor, CAA, John Bronca, David Burns and Associates. Please, I pray you tell me who it is. Must be important. Like, she's funny.
She's very smart. And she is very funny, but also she is so unwell. It's like earth-shattering.
It's honestly, I'm jealous of how ruthless she is. Like, I can't imagine. I mean, you have to be so mentally ill, but to be that ruthless and to be like, I'm not fucking leaving. Like, I'm so codependent and like afraid of people's reactions that I would be like, oh, okay. Like, but like the fact that she just doubles down, she's like, she's in your fucking place, and she's like, yeah, I'm not fucking leaving. You're like, what?
Oh my God. And the thing, like, after she had left, after she had finally left my place, of course she called me and like had a like break down and cried after that on the phone. And I was like, it's gonna be okay, like, you're fine, this is a really hard time, whatever. And I was getting sucked back in, and then she was like, could you help me with my storage unit tomorrow? And I was like, yeah, of course. And then like another thing happened, and she flipped again, and I was like, hey, like, are you gonna pay me back this money? And then she was like, I need bank statements of every transaction that took place. And she was like, I'm working.
Is she a landlord now?
She was like, I'm working with a forensics expert, an accounting forensics expert, and I'm cross-examining the transactions to make sure these are real. And I was like, girl, like, I lent you money, I sent you the transaction. And she was like, I'm docking this from it, and I'm docking this from it, and I'm docking this from it, and like all this shit. And that I was losing my mind, and I was like, this isn't worth it. This isn't worth it. She owes me $1,400.
She still does.
Plus, she owes me more than that. And we agreed. I was like, just pay me $1,400. It was more, probably $1,900, whatever.
Right.
She still does. I'm never gonna see that money again.
Ever.
And so but she had paid me back the other time.
No, she has to get her labiaplasty.
Yeah.
No, she's a perfect pussy.
Oh, right.
And yeah. And then I like had a moment, and I was like, it's fine. Like, this money will come back to me in other ways. Like, it's not worth my like emotional stability. And so I blocked her number. I keep getting mail at my place. I keep dropping it off at my friend's place, whatever. That's the story. I heard that she was at she's been at all the fire evacuation sites, like getting free supplies and stuff.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
I wish her the best. I literally still like have so much love for this woman, and I've seen her at her best, but goddamn. Like, I realized too, like, I started doing this slaw shit. Like, I'm doing 90 days withdrawal, no sex, no porn, no flirting, no intrigue, no dating.
Yeah.
Only eating Mike's dirty ass. And I realized someone was like, when did you start slaw? And I was like, this date. And they were like, when did she move into your place? And I was like, the next day. And it's like, because like I couldn't use men as an escape, it's like I needed something.
You needed Ava's tight pussy.
And I'm just as sick, like, you know, in a weird way. Like, I needed that to keep my mind occupied, and I needed this weird ass fantasy about like us going to England together and like going to Kendrick Lamar. Like, what was happening? I'm not going to Kendrick Lamar in Toronto on Father's Day.
And we are sorry to hear that. But
I was devastated.
I'm sure.
You could have listened to Squabble Up with her.
And we would listen to that song in the car, and literally I took her to the ER one time, and like, well, I took her to the ER 7 times, but the last time I took her to the ER, she was like, I can't breathe. And I got in a screaming match with her at the hospital because she was going to leave again. And I was like, you're dying. Like, you cannot leave. And she was like, I'm leaving. They don't care about me. I'm fucking dying. And the doctor's like, fine, I'll see you now. And when we got in there and like she was finally on the bed, I was like, are you okay? And she was like, I was acting. And I was and she was like, "Don't leave, like I don't leave yet." And I was like, "I have to go do things." And she's like, "Don't leave." And she's like, "Will you play Squabble Up on the phone?" And so I like played Squabble Up on Spotify, and she's like in the bed like singing all the lyrics to it. So funny. And she was like, "Make one of your TikTok videos." And that's when I made that TikTok video. And I showed it to her, and she thought it was so funny. And we were like, she was like coming up with all these captions. She was like, I was like literally, I would be like wetting my pants because of how funny she is. And like the nurse came in, and she had like spilled apple juice on her dress, and you had to check her vitals. And I was like, "I'm sorry, like my aunt's a squirter, like just be careful." And like she was like we were just like we were like constantly like taking the piss out of each other.
Well, my aunt's a squirter.
Not my aunt's a squirter.
Well,
my aunt's
can't
a
wait
scam artist.
She really
I can't
is.
wait for the short film on this.
Again, you being like, it's not that interesting. This is so, and now we have to read all of these fucking emails, and none of them are going to be.
But that's the perfect answer for when someone goes, "Hey Matt, what's been new with you?" You just go, "Well, here I go."
I don't know, dude. I've housed a 60-year-old woman in my house for a month, took my friend to rehab, and then got sty infection all over my face. And now I'm wearing pro-Palestine sneakers.
So
Yeah.
it's really been
Glad to see you.
They're not. They're just red and green.
survived
And
the
white.
fires.
Also known as, what is that, Gucci or Dolce & Gabbana that's red and green?
I think it's Gucci.
Gucci.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Well-
if your followers feel bad for me, you can Venmo me the $1,400. I'll take it.
And that's true, you guys. Go
It's
ahead
kind
and
They're
Venmo
all
Matt.
in debt, and they're all the woman that was on your couch.
That is kind of our fan base.
My birthday's tomorrow.
What are we gonna do for it?
Give me $1,400 and a bacterial infection.
I have to pay you $150 this weekend to build my cat tree.
I was just telling her that you built my dresser for me.
Oh yeah,
Also-
how is it?
I love it. You
Oh,
did a really
good.
great
Really
job.
stable.
Thank you.
Also, Kellen sent me the craziest flyer for your B-Day.
Really?
It's like so hard to read, so you need to tell him to work harder.
Oh, was it all text?
Yeah,
Some
and
moron.
like cursive.
Okay, I can't handle that.
Um,
It wasn't Kellen who did that.
Oh,
I wasn't gonna do anything. It feels weird to do something for my birthday. There's like a lot going on, the fires and shit.
yeah, there is.
And I was like, who cares? I'm turning 32. Like, what
Yeah.
am I, like 4 years old? I need to have a birthday party. And then people were like, let's just go to Akbar or something. And I was like, okay, fine. I was like, if you organize it, I'll be there.
that's fun.
yeah. It'll be.
Who
You're doing
cares?
that tomorrow
People who
night?
celebrate, people who have birthday. I'm like, I'm sorry. Are you like 11? Like, what's
Yeah.
happening?
Yeah, I literally used to have so many.
I'm
birthday
like, people who
parties.
love themselves. I'm sorry. Are you a child?
That's
That is true.
So goddamn funny.
That is true.
I love going out of town for it.
I do too.
Yeah.
I was gonna go to
It's my
Mexico
favorite.
City, and then I had to eat Mike's ass.
Which is basically a trip to Mexico City.
Hey,
It was giving Guantanamo Bay.
thanks for getting us a discount on the studio.
Pre-recording day.
Worked my magic.
This one's on the house.
Wait.
What?
I have something to say.
Okay.
I don't know. We'll get into stories.
You have something to say? Go for it. It's a podcast. There's a mic in your face, and it's not the mic I like.
Don't whimper.
Sounds like you don't have something to say. Be quiet. A 164th Egyptian woman is talking.
Allah Akbar.
Okay.
I'm really glad you said that.
You guys can't hear it, but I hit the crickets button.
Nice.
Thank you.
Just for you, Gabby.
And that's on Allah.
Hit the squabble up button.
And that's on Allah Akbar. Okay, who wants to start off?
Me.
Okay. God, we have so many.
Oh my god, I think one of my Zens just went in my underwear.
Yeah, because you put it on your thigh. And
No, I don't know where it is.
I love your tramp stamp.
Thank you.
So
Will you show the camera?
Where's the camera? Can I see it?
Mike, can we see it?
Yeah, the close-up can.
not God first with a Chevrolet sign.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we
Do
see
you want to
it.
moon it?
Do I want to move the tramp stamp?
More
No,
so.
moon. I said, do you want to moon it like the
Oh.
camera?
That's just for Mike.
I haven't.
Don't know where the sin is. I guess my forcing's gonna get a little spicy.
Okay. I haven't read any of these, so we'll just.
You haven't read in a few years? Sounds like me.
Okay,
According to the woman I was housing.
I'm gonna just. Let's go with.
I really want to know what the thing that you wanted to say was.
I don't remember.
Must have been important. Hope it wasn't the cure to cancer.
This is a long. This is a long one, so let's hope it's good.
I'm not picking that one.
Oh, okay, never mind.
The person who
also,
spent the
you
most
literally-
time.
You're supposed to go through. Okay.
Didn't.
I know.
I
but-
like Mike, by the way. Mike rules.
Trying to get us another free day of recording. Eat his ass round 2. Wait, what was that one you just opened? Pedophile something.
pedophile wife beater.
Yeah.
Okay, I think I was just on my Matt shit because I said I don't know if it's interesting.
Yeah, pedophile wife beater.
Pedophile wife
I mean, it does
beater.
sound like every episode we've ever done, but
So it's pedophile wife beater time traveling healer.
That's the title?
Yeah,
oh, you
of
want me
your
to
short film.
Single?
Yeah.
you want me to go? Or this is you. You're starting. You just picked your own story. Let's
That's a
go.
little too much over there. But okay. Hey, Honkianas, everything is on fire. We know. Matt started it. So I had more time to get this in. Hope the subject was catchy enough to make the cut. Not to me.
Yeah.
This is the scariest person I know. I think I wrote in before about how my ex-brother-in-law groomed and molested me.
Oh, well.
Ex-brother-in-law? They
Yeah.
broke up as brother? Oh, the parents broke up, I guess. Keep going.
You're cooking. You're cooking. Don't you think there's too much peanut butter in that?
I love peanut butter.
I do
God. I
too.
fucking hate it. Okay.
Put it on my dick. Call your dog over.
Okay.
Not Wrigley.
Okay.
Not Wrigley. Forgot there was a dog here.
And
I
he
know.
loves
You're
peanut
just used to
butter.
calling Matt that. I mean, not Matt.
Put it on
Mike
my
that.
sty infection.
Okay.
Here, boy.
Okay. So her ex-brother-in-law groomed and molested her, but that isn't what makes him scary. It does indeed get worse.
No, that does. That's enough.
It is. And you can leave it at that, but let's go.
So not only did this sick fuck diddle me as a minor and clearly wanted to do more because he would always ask me hypothetical questions like would I give him Gluck for an iPod when I was 13, which I vehemently refused to do, but he also psychologically and physically abused my sister for their 20 years of marriage.
Oh, wow. Wait,
So-
wait. So he was doing this
Oh,
you?
he was married to her sister.
and then
That's
like
how
asking
brother-in-laws
for
work.
Gluck for an iPod when you were
Also,
13?
I wish he was
Yeah.
around when I was 13.
Literally, I'm like,
I would
could
have
have
sucked
used
that
it.
hog in a second. That iPod U2.
You were in Indonesia pretending to be straight.
He
Okay.
could travel.
When they just when they
iPod with you two.
The U2, you know that
Yeah, when they-
edition?
yeah,
when
when
they
they just
put
put
the
it on there. When they divorced, she finally believed me about what he did, and then she started spilling more tea. This dude actually fucking believed he was a healer and time traveler for the Lord, Matt. He claimed he
He
went
sounds
to-
like the woman that you just housed for a month.
I know. He claimed he went to some special school for spiritually gifted kids to hone his powers. Okay, X-Men. He tried this on me once when I had food poisoning. It didn't work.
Aw.
Which consisted of him hovering his hand over my stomach like, okay. It was worth a shot at the time because I was in hella pain. But I kind of blocked the memory until this convo with my sister. She told me he had this these elaborate stories about going back in time to China and whatever other places that weren't white to fight for Christianity. Okay, it's literally giving
This
your
is
upbringing.
literally, this is
Okay.
giving, yeah, your upbringing and who just stayed with you.
Yeah. I have no idea why she would stay with someone after hearing this, Matt. But I don't know. Love is
True.
weird.
Love is weird.
Love
It
is
must have been
weird.
really funny.
Maybe he was a laugh a minute.
Yeah.
It is wild what we will put up with, though. I'll empathize with you there. I feel like humor will make us overlook so much.
Yeah,
like
blinds
it's like
you.
worth like.
I thought I had found I'm not kidding. I thought I had found like my comedic partner. Like us together, it was unstoppable. Like we were dying laughing nonstop.
Bring her in.
I was going to make like a documentary about her visiting her family. Like I had all these
In
plans. No, she has another family in like some random state in the Midwest. I don't know. Anyways, I digress.
Let's go what again? I have no idea why she would stay with someone after hearing this, but I don't know. Love is weird. So he would go travel in time with his sleep. Oh, in his sleep, and wake up feeling refreshed with Jesus's love and
Okay.
allegedly a ton of blood on his hands. Then there's the physical abuse. Pretty standard stuff.
So he is
except-
schizophrenic.
Well, he's something, sweet girl. He's a healer, okay? Except while he and my sister were still very much married and not close to divorce, he would tell everyone how abusive she was to him. Whine to everyone who would listen. He planned to have everyone turn on her if they split, which he did try to do. Oh, yeah, and apparently my sister found a long, rambling entry on one of his notes apps all about me and how I'm a demon going to hell, etc. She sent it to me once, but I didn't read it to preserve my mental
But he
health.
still wanted Gluck.
Yeah.
I like that.
the
That
sucky sucky.
that
Well, when
didn't
she was
scare him.
13.
Oh, right. And she aged
Yeah.
out of it. Okay.
Yeah, and then he said, too old. I don't want that old mouth.
Yeah.
on my hog. The hatred this guy is harboring is legit frightening, and I didn't need to see that. Every summer, we would all go to my mom's timeshare, and I was so scared to go after their divorce. My sister annihilated him in court, and I was sure that he would come after us, the family he pretended to care about for decades but secretly hated us. We were all together in one place, same time every year. He would be shooting fish in a barrel. I still worry he will snap. What?
What does that mean?
Fish in a barrel, it's easy to shoot.
Like, literally, he would be shooting fish in a barrel?
It's a metaphor.
No.
Oh.
And I'll remember that next time you correct me on one of my spelling errors. Okay. Or grammatical. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So
You're saying
Tap
he
into
had
your
fish
creativity.
in a barrel?
you're like,
He had a
why would
pistol and
why
he
would you
shoot
put the fish in the barrel? Okay. That was enchanting.
Doesn't make sense.
Well, open a book, sweetie. Both of you guys. He should be shooting fish in a barrel. LOL. I still worry he will snap and go full middle-aged white male on us. I know he hates me for outing him as a pedo. He hates my sister for leaving his abusive ass. Hates all of us. And as a Jesus warrior, he could for sure pull a murder-suicide with zero fear or guilt.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised to see him on the news one day. Stay safe. These men are among us.
Sounds like a gay frat boy, if you ask
Damn.
me.
Period. Okay.
Wow. Okay.
That was crazy.
That is scary. And they are among us.
Yeah, I mean, religious fanatics like will do things shamelessly because they truly believe what they're doing is good.
But there's a correlation between religious fanatics and mental illness. Like, often schizophrenic people have these like these like religious delusions.
Yeah, I met a homeless guy outside of a cafe about a week ago, and he told me, he was like, I can't stop drinking. I'm like drunk 24/7. And then he was like, I know you won't believe me when I tell you this, but like, I know that I am Jesus Christ incarnated.
That's so true.
And I was like, funny enough, I do believe you. And I want you to stay at my house for a month.
Yeah. This sure sounds
A
familiar.
room just opened up.
But yeah, no, there is like this, I think because of like the blind faith aspect, or like something that is like believing in something that's like greater than yourself, but it's like delusions of grandeur.
It's like there's that when they have these
That's
delusions, there's religious shit, and then it's also the CIA. It's like they always think the CIA and the government are after them, and then they're also they love God. So
I also don't
Makes
really
you
know how to
think.
say this, so I'm just going to say it. When you were reading those texts,
Excuse me. Sorry. The bacteria.
intense. I'm jealous. I
Mike
didn't do
farted in my mouth. Just came out. That tastes
Risky
good.
game.
risky game.
It's,
Risky gay.
the chemistry between you guys is palpable. But I feel like my mom honestly argues like that. She'll be so intense and saying insane, crazy, hurtful things, and then all of a sudden she's like, "Hi, sweetie."
She's probably bipolar or has borderline.
And she's
It's
funny
like
as
a
hell.
is she?
My mom is fucking funny.
It's like a personality shift, and it is actually a different human.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know what I
yes.
mean? And like you don't know who is coming through the door. Mm-hmm. And so like when that woman was the best, she was the fucking best.
Yeah.
And then when she flipped after a few weeks, like I was so hurt and devastated because I was like, I love that person. Where the
Yeah.
hell is she?
Yeah.
You know? And she was actually a really good emotional support system for me.
Not her being on all these meds and not taking them.
Well, not
Well,
her
'cause she
not
probably doesn't
being
have
on the
access
meds.
to it.
No,
No,
she
she
does.
she
Oh,
has
oh,
them.
She has
does.
really good health care.
Oh.
How?
A Medi-Cal and a bunch of other stuff, and she's on a bunch of government programs.
Wow.
And she did. Okay, she says.
Don't tell the FBI. They have my bank information, apparently.
It's nice to hear that she's been working so close to forensics.
I know. It's
She's
like,
really well connected.
yeah, that notebook in that tent in MacArthur Park that you're working on. Those lawyers are really gonna get my ass.
Is she living, like, is she homeless? Is she living in a tent? Do you know?
I blocked her number. I don't know.
Where was she before you?
She was at 2 different like public assistant housing spots, and this is why I shouldn't have taken her in, because like she had a place to stay, but like both times it was like one of them she said her roommate was like smearing shit on the walls, so she had to leave.
Did you get hungry?
I
Sounds like
did.
me.
That's how I got my infection. Kept
Yeah.
licking the walls.
Scratching.
I don't know if that's true or not. You know, I don't like believe anything she said now. And then similar to another one, like she had a different roommate that she didn't like. And it's like, bitch, you're homeless and you need to get your shit together. She actually
You don't have
has
time to not like your
money
roommates.
coming in, but she needs to build like something stable. You know, you can't like Like, yeah, it would be crazy. I mean, one time she was begging for food. Like, she was like, I'm fucking starving. I got her burrito, and she was like, is there rice in that? And I was like, yeah. And she goes, I'm not eating that.
Enough. And she's also like overweight. That's so funny. Well, Gabby. We'll see.
Gabby, the fat phobia is out of control.
No, you can't.
You literally are.
You can't complain. Come on.
You would say that.
No.
Gabby's like, do you really need to eat? I feel like you could lose about 17 pounds. Maybe you
I
don't
know
eat for the
that
next 2
sounds
weeks.
so bad, but she's complaining.
Why are you turning red?
Is that what you wanted to say earlier?
Yeah.
You're like, also, I just want to clarify that she's fat. Moving on.
The girl's not eating. I'll say that. You know what I mean?
Damn, sis. Somehow that was a harsher
girl
burn.
Be eating.
Girl
Okay.
ate. She be
eating.
She ate. She ate it when she ate me up. She ate up my
did eat
bank
you up with the
account.
books. She clocked where your books were.
I can't. The
Where are
pussy
they?
And one of
comments are
them's a
so
coloring book.
funny.
That
Her
was crazy.
constantly referring to her mangled pussy is so funny. She really hung
And
on
then
to
me
that.
being like, you know what?
You do.
Actually, I believe that you do have a beautiful vagina, but that's not for my eyes.
I know.
And then
Matt,
she goes, yeah, you must have got me confused with your mom.
That's so good.
Got my ass.
She's
got
kind of
your ass.
gaggy.
She
Yeah.
is. Fuck, that's so funny. Okay, evil sister Gemini twin. Okay. Hey, honks. I would have to say the scariest person I know would be my older sister. Like, period. She has been diagnosed schizophrenic since the age of 18. There we go.
Damn.
But believes psychiatrists are full of shit and that she is gifted and refuses to take any medication.
Wait,
Sound
pause.
familiar?
Spot the lie.
Why are all the stories today about schizophrenic people? Hey guys, so who's the worst person you know? Oh, a schizophrenic.
Scariest person you know.
Oh, scariest person. Why do I keep saying worse?
I don't know.
I don't know.
So you're saying
Scary
that
isn't
people-
bad.
My uncle who tried to finger me. Guess what he has?
Schizophrenia?
Yeah, a self-infection.
Does he?
From Mike. No, okay.
Does he have schizophrenia?
Wait, I actually think it might be bipolar, but it's
Oh.
something spicy.
ADHD.
That's me.
Something.
Keep going.
Okay. Okay, she refuses to take any medication. She got pregnant really young and had 2 children, which she lost custody of due to abandonment. My mom, the father of her kids, and the stepmother, and I all contribute to raising her children. Whenever I see her and try to reach out for help, she is very on edge, also paranoid, on meth. Well, that's a good combination. and she starts saying really weird stuff, like super crazy, sad, and paranoid. Things no one should say, experience, or hear. I feel hate that I feel threatened when I try to visit out of love. She's like really scary though. I remember when we were very young, I was maybe 19 at the time and she was 22 and she had her first daughter, Bella. Wonder if that's our friend. We have a friend named Bella. Bella, who was like a 1-year-old baby. My best friend and I were going to go to the lake for a party and she got upset when we were getting ready because she couldn't come because she had a baby. And I remember sitting on the bed in shorts and a bikini top and she was screaming at me that I was a fucking bitch and a fucking cunt and starts like losing her shit. And I just constantly repeated, I don't give a fuck, I don't give a fuck. And then she whipped out her pepper spray and sprayed me in the face.
Oh my.
And I dropped to my knees screaming. My friend and I left to the lake and partied. Really? After just getting pepper sprayed? Jesus Christ. I was like, girl.
Ain't nothing gonna stop me.
Gotta get to that lake.
Gotta show up
If
and
you
show
had
out.
seen the lake.
And I remember swimming all day to alleviate the burn in my eyes.
Oh,
Nothing like
God.
lake water in your eyes to cool off the fucking
With like a
pepper
fucking
spray.
tadpole.
Like, it's so gross. But I don't blame you. Okay. My sister literally scares the shit out of me, and I pray that she gets help. My family and I are literally scared to be around her because she is so violent and hostile. LOL. That is a heavy part of my life. That I show up and try to do my best. Okay, LOL. Her daughters are so beautiful, and I thank God there are so many people in their lives that love them and care for them. Thanks for the pod. Sorry, this is long. You two are literally such beautiful, inspirational souls. Much love.
Aw.
That
I
is-
like her. I feel for her.
I know.
I
that
like her
was-
too, and I like that she swam in the lake.
And I like that she kept
I
it short and
know.
concise.
Yeah.
I know. You said sorry you kept it long, but girl, that was
That was perfect.
nothing.
Gold star for her.
Find a
More
find
like
a fucked
you.
up one for Matt.
It's really hard to even tell which one is going to be.
It's fine.
Matt.
Okay, it's not that one. You want to hear drugged? You want to read drugged for 6 days?
Sure.
There we go. It's a long one, sweetie.
Sounds like a good birthday to me. Okay, here we go. I'm starting EMDR this coming week, so the trauma is still traumaing. Okay, girl boss. The scariest person I know would have to be the person that SA'd me, that stands for sexual assault, in 2022. His initials are conveniently NO. The hate I feel for myself while typing this. Clown face emoji. Met No shortly after my 30th birthday. We matched on Bumble. He is fucking dreamy. Tall, dark, handsome. The man's looked like daddy material. We are from the same city and he's an extrovert, so I cyber stalked and asked around on Facebook to see what this dude is about. Passes the cyber check. We set a date to meet for dinner. Over the next few days we messaged and got to know each other. 10-5, we meet at a local, I guess maybe that's the date. 10-5, we meet at a local Mexican place. He's infatuated. I'm having an okay time. I was very mentally detached during my Bumble days. I also was a lightweight in the alcohol consumption category. Hope you worked on that, sis. I would only drink half a shot of Bacardi rum mixed with pineapple Fanta. Alcohol hits me too hard. That's disgusting. Yes, I am a giant pussy.
Pineapple Fanta.
Sounds like someone who stayed with me. We eat and leave. Had a good time people watching. Before we part ways, he takes a picture of me. Every girl's secret dream, like being borderline fetishized. LOL, nah, but just felt fucking pretty. He posted to his Facebook the next day with some stupid poem bullshit. Yeah, he's also good with words. We decided to hang out more that night. I brought my own drinks, not a big deal. I like to make my own drinks. Girl, you're making bad drinks. We all the man was love bombing me so much that he convinced me I was deserving of someone that would make a drink for me. Like oh god, okay, it's giving Bill Cosby. Like I was too precious to be bothered.
It's giving that French woman who was just raped 1,000 times.
Oh my, yeah, fit by 50 men, all her husband's friends.
I let him make it. The rest of the night is a gonzo. I wake up the next afternoon in his bed. I'm dressed but sore in my spots. I say a quick hi and bye to him and some older man. Head to my home. I didn't plan to stay the night at his house or sleep with him. I'm a danger to society. I drink and drive. I never asked this dude what his occupation was. He's a fucking correctional officer for our county. I'm thinking to myself, girl, name him. Literally,
actually name him, girl. Like,
reply to this, name him.
Girl.
Or actually, I'm going to look up your name because you have it up here and we're going to find out.
This man needs to... my God.
I never asked this dude what his occupation was. He's a fucking correctional officer for our county. I'm thinking to myself, maybe this is my life getting better. Like someone with a solid career and home, and he just had the act down good and was so good at love bombing. Oh, and drugging me heavily with Benadryl via the drinks or food. I wasn't allowed to lift a finger for. And me just being a little fucking stoner enjoyed being waited on. I was eating it up, thinking I had him wrapped around my fingers, but he was raping me nightly. I moved myself and my child into this dude's home. Oh my god. Luckily she was at her dad's for these 2 weeks. Like so fucking dangerous. I honestly have no memory of even moving and was asleep for most of this period in time. Come to think of it, she was gone every time I had interactions with No. The day of 10:15, he was working a double and I made my own food for the whole day. Drinks too. I was full of energy and cleaning everything. I found his mortar and pestle, the whole pill stash, scales, just all the ingredients to fucking sleep forever.
Whoa.
Everything started getting really weird, almost lucid. He came home that night and brought 200 whippets. I partake in the whips.
Okay.
I started feeling so gross. Panicked. I said, I'm going to shower. He insists that he's coming too. So he does, and I'm just completely checked out at this point. He says I'm making him uncomfortable and gets out the disorder. And gets out the shower. Oh, he gets out of the shower. I stay. When I get out, he has food and drinks for me. I refuse. He's blaming my BPD, best pussy disorder. Saying that, okay, not the time for jokes. Saying that we're in love and I'm just having a bad slip up. Boy. This night was a fucking test. He waited outside the door to the room I had locked myself in. He waited until he had to go to the shift in the AM. The way I drove so fucking fast to U-Haul. Anywho, I moved in 10:10, U-Haul receipt in my wallet. 10:16, girl, these dates are not helping.
Wait, yeah, hold on, because she met him on 10:5.
10:5 and
she moved
Oh,
in.
so she moved in on 10/10.
Yeah.
Today's 10/16. I'm walking into U-Haul again.
I'm sorry. She moved in with him 5 days after meeting
No,
him.
no. I think she's just saying. Wait, right?
10/5, we meet at a local Mexican place.
This is when they met. And then she moved in with him 10/10.
I moved in on 10/10.
I thought she was saying we meet at a Mexican place like to hang out. I didn't think that was like the first time they met.
I think it was the first time they met, right?
Oh, well.
I think it is the first time they met.
Yeah, because they had just met on Bumble.
But this girl's
okay.
not, like, she did not pass, like, her math exam or whatever because she said she lived with him for 2 weeks and she moved in on 10/10 and it's 10/16. We'll see. 10/16, I'm walking to U-Haul again, panicking to move all my shit out of this psycho's house. I'm in rage. I message all these bitches he hangs out with that tell me he's a safe person and tell them to die. And I tell them to die. Classic NO hears from his friends that I'm moving all my shit out. He messages me saying he's sending a squad car to make sure I don't damage his house. No argument, no asking questions. The love bombing stopped. He was pissed. I mentioned to him that he's literally been drugging me to rape me for weeks and that I'm reporting him. I never heard from No again. I go to the hospital. They say no use in a rape kit because I hadn't been with him sexually in 24 hours and I've showered, blah, 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 anything to do less work. I get checked out. Guess who is exactly 2 weeks pregnant? It's me. I boarded, filed charges. The DA's office dropped the charges. More women came forward. I'm not the only victim. I'm the only one fucking brave enough to say anything, though. Out of everything, I hate that he got the perfect family he tried to drug and rape me into. Oh, the kicker. He had gotten the next bitch, his now wife, pregnant before I could even legally get an abortion. Ha 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 ha. Fuck. I love you bitches.
So I have a question. Now, if that's true, that's crazy.
Oh.
Rape
that
denier
also
over here.
sounded
This
like-
is why women don't come forward.
Yeah, this is. Wow, not her like going on
I
like a
believe
fat
you,
attack
and
then
I
like
trust
trying
you.
to like attack the women.
And if you're fat, I accept you.
Thanks, Matt, and I second that. Gabby.
It sounded like somebody who was in the middle of a psychosis writing that, but it was. I mean, that's really
he works for the DA's office or something? I don't know.
What got me all confused, what took me out of it were the dates. I'm so confused on the dates.
I think there was some mess up with the dates, which I'm going to let slide this time.
You're right. This time.
Next time, better have those dates on check, honey.
Better, honey.
Damn. Okay, she got the kid aborted, and while she was getting the abortion, he was having sex with someone else and got them pregnant.
And now they're the wife.
Yeah, and he has a perfect family.
He was raping me nightly. I moved myself and my child into this dude's home. Luckily, she was at her dad's for these 2 weeks.
So you were living there you were only living there for 2 weeks?
I don't know. Maybe she's saying the daughter was with the dad the whole time, and she
Yeah.
was planning on moving the daughter in with him.
I think it lasted for 2 weeks, and I think after 2 weeks, that's when she found this out.
Yeah, met him on 10/5, was out by 10/16.
I'm sorry. This guy needs to go to jail.
That's bad. We have her name. We got to look him up. But it sounds like she already tried to file a report.
Yeah.
Girl, send us his name. We'll put him on blast.
Because you said other women started coming out, and like, if that is true, then like there's a real case there. Like he can go to prison.
Yeah, but it sounds like it's getting dismissed because he works for the office that she's reporting it to.
It's giving corrupt, you're right.
Who would have thought?
Who would have thought being a correctional officer isn't...
All right, I'm bored. Next story.
Oh my God.
I love you, though. You're doing great.
What time are we at, Mike?
Over an hour.
Really? Mm-hmm. Jesus Christ.
Here's the thing. I think we'll do a quick one and then
move over to Paige.
Because on Patreon, we have this story. My mom's ex-girlfriend got me to eat her pussy.
All right. We will take that to Patreon.
I want to read that
And also,
one.
if you're watching this on YouTube right now, if you could just, I'm sorry to say this, but if you guys could just hit a little pause and subscribe and like this video, that would really help our algorithm.
Oh, that's such a good
Please,
shout
and
out.
thank you.
And subscribe to the Patreon because it helps us
and Venmo me.
keep everything
for my
going. And Matt
birthday.
needs money, so Venmo him.
Dave Franco was my high school bully.
Ooh, okay.
Do you want to read?
Yeah. Hey, honks. I've been listening to your show for a couple of years now, and I just want you to know that that you have to continue this podcast for the rest of my natural life because I don't think I can live without it. That's so funny. Anyway, this week's topic is who's the scariest person you know? The real answer is my mother, but I thought sharing some stories about what an asshole Dave Franco was in high school might be more entertaining.
Ooh.
I I didn't grow up in Palo Alto, but moved there my senior year. I was admittedly a weird kid and going through a goth phase, so I was an easy target. But Dave Franco made sure I knew just how big of a freak I was. What a random fucking celebrity. We had film class together, and of course everyone knew who James Franco was. In fact, Dave, who I think went by Davey back then, brought his brother into class to answer some questions one day.
Sinister.
Perfect to bring him into high school.
His type.
Just his type. You could tell James loved the admiration he was getting from the high school students. And also that he was a bit of a pedophile. He was definitely flirting with the underage girls. So his Palo Alto, his movie Palo Alto was especially creepy to me after that because you can tell he is a perv. At any rate, God, I used to love him. I would post pictures of James Franco all over my Facebook.
Yeah.
I know.
Not on Facebook.
I was like, yeah, I would always post pictures of him on literally Facebook. At any rate, if you lived through the early 2000s, you know that it was a really shitty time to be in high school. Dave Franco was popular, rich as hell, and he took his art very seriously. He made some stupid trailers that he showed in class. Perhaps not surprisingly, he was a major dick. When I got up to present anything, he would yell out, "Hair lip!"
I'm sorry.
Oh
We're all
my
laughing.
God.
Loud enough for the entire class to start laughing.
Hair lip?
Yeah.
Hair lip.
Wow, that's brutal.
Like as if she had a hair lip.
Is that a thing people say, hair lip?
Yeah, that's what it's called. Like when your lip grows up into your nose.
Oh,
You
I thought it
know?
was like she had like a mustache.
Like a thin mustache.
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh, it's a condition?
It's this, yeah.
Oh, no.
That's really fucking mean.
Yeah, so it's either
Okay,
That looks like
Davey.
what Joaquin Phoenix has.
He
Oh, that's
does.
Joaquin Phoenix.
Yeah.
Cleft lip. Is hair lip the same as cleft
it's
lip?
called a yeah.
Okay, it's like an insult for cleft lip. That's nice.
Okay.
Damn, Davey, low blow.
Wow. So was it a mustache or was it cleft lip? Okay.
I have no idea why he called me that.
I have no idea why you called me that. He would also tell people, including my stepbrother, that I was an ugly freak. It sounds like he has a crush on you, which inevitably resulted in more bullying. I had 0 one-on-one interactions with this guy, so why he felt the need to single me out is still a mystery, because he wanted to fuck you. Luckily, I was living my best goth life in San Francisco on the weekends, so the fact that he made my senior year shitty wasn't the end of the world. However, I still get uneasy and a little sick to my stomach when I see Dave Franco on billboards and in movies. I hope he was, as a society can find someone hotter. Oh, I hope we as a society can find someone hotter and sweeter to play Luigi Mangione come time for that cinematic masterpiece. Love you, honks. I know people keep saying cast Dave Franco as Luigi, and I'm like, no.
Oh, he does look like him.
I think they should cast one of the.
I gotta say, well, one that's really, really mean, and kids in high school are such bullies, but also people change, and maybe he's not that person anymore. We can hope and pray, but I'm sorry, sis. That's really sad, especially your senior year.
Yeah,
And also, let's say he is the same. It's not like he's an A-lister, so that's like kind of karma in himself, and he's always going to be James Franco's brother.
James Franco, the pedophile's brother.
Yeah.
I don't
Married
think
to Allison
James
Brie.
is a pedophile.
He likes him young.
I don't think so.
Well, you're just saying that because he didn't get you. Because you're too busy in Mike's fucking pussy getting pink eye. You little
Don't you
nest.
go anywhere.
I won't.
Okay, should we go over to eat
Okay,
my mom
guys.
ate my pussy Patreon?
Do you have anything you want to promote or say?
His Venmo.
Yeah, my Venmo.
Which is?
Let's find out.
You guys,
Looking forward to getting $14.
you guys, Venmo Matt.
It's at MLEGRANDE. That's my last name. At MLEGRANDE. I love you all.
Okay, see you on Patreon. Love you. Bye.
You guys. Oh, okay. Not flashing it.
The Venmo code.
Screenshot it.
We love to see it.
Oh, and a watch duty fire alarm went off.
Oh.
And guys, please like and subscribe on YouTube. It really helps the algorithm, and we're trying to get out of this K-hole that we're in. Thank you guys so much for listening. Love you. Bye.
Love you. Bye.
Bye.